Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. I am wrapping up my filming day on the 2023 corn harvest. I'm out in a 3,000 acre cornfield with a pair of Case IH 9250 Axial-Flow combines equipped with 16 row heads, and there is a 620 and a 580 Case IH quad track working out here with Kinsey Grain on the last corner of the field, and I thought I'd share some of the harvest with you live. Here we can see the first 9250 coming up with the headlights on. With these 16-row corn heads, they're taking out a swath of 40 feet and 80 feet because they're running side by side, and it's pretty neat to see. So I hope you'll enjoy seeing these going by with the headlights on. I've been out here filming all afternoon and the sun has just gone down and the headlights are on. Appreciate people tuning in. Just wanted to share with you what I was seeing. Hello to London. Always great to have people watching from the UK. Hi, Andy. Hello to Greg in southern Indiana. We've got the first of two 9250 Axial-Flows coming up. They're running at just about 2.8 miles per hour here with 16 row corn heads and some very good yielding corn. This corn's about 250 bushels an acre. I'm out in a 3,000 acre field. They're finishing up a corner section here, and I thought it'd be great to share it. So here comes that first 9250. Here comes one of the quad tracks. And we're going to get to see some unloading on the go. It's always neat to see nighttime harvesting. So we've got the 9250 Axial-Flow here and the 580 quad track. Bit of comment about the corn looking green. They put a lot of fungicide on and it stays green longer into the year, but actually they're going to start planting winter wheat over this corn out here October 10th. It's time for it to come off. They can't wait for it to completely dry down because the next crop goes in, and once they cut that wheat next June, then they'll be planting soybeans out here. All right, here comes that second 9250. Yep, it's a good old 1050 Kinsey cart, and there's an 1100 out here as well on the 620 quad. Hello to Delaware. So here's that other 9250 Axial-Flow. Hello to Philip in Elkin. I was filming a Centennial Gleaner in Elkin just last night. I think the moisture is right around 21% right now. Again, our temperatures are in the high 80s, so it's not too much to dry it down. It's a nice night for harvesting corn here in western Kentucky. and I think they're going to take their dinner break right now. I've been filming out in a 3,000 acre field, which is just about completely dark now. But there's a lot of corn out here, and these big combines are doing a nice job. I'll be glad to take any questions for a few minutes while they're taking their dinner break. This is in western Kentucky. I'm near the town of Lafayette, Kentucky at the moment. Oh, you're welcome for the live stream. I just thought it'd be fun. It's gotten dark enough where I can't get the best video quality, and you can see him here with the headlights on. Hello to Cortland, Ohio. It's a beautiful night out here in western Kentucky as these Axial-Flow combines are working on corn harvest 2023. Well, hi, the ag guy. I like the John Deere 4400. Definitely would like to feature one. I think we had someone from the Czech Republic. So you can see the guys are getting their dinner. These combines have tracks on them. I don't know if they're having fried bologna tonight, but it may be catfish or barbecue. Hello to North Dakota. Please ask any questions that you'd like. Yeah, it's very nice to be harvesting at night. It's peaceful. It's a nice evening. It's been a hot day and just cooling off a little bit. We had a question about Matt at Garnet Farms. Yes, I just filmed Matt the other day. He's running X9 1100 this fall. Maybe we'll catch a ride along with him yet on the live stream, but you'll see one for sure from the combine cam. Hello to East Tennessee. So we can see that 9250 going back to work. Kind of like watching a Case IH brochure with these two combines and the lights on. These machines are, if you're just joining in, are running about 2.8 miles per hour with 16 row corn heads. Harvest is going well. This corn out here is yielding about 250 bushels an acre, coming in at about 21% moisture today. They're moving a lot of corn. Each combine's moving about 5,000 bushels an hour, so that's 5 semi-trucks per combine. I have filmed an XAT. If you watch my video about Prairie Monster tractors celebrating 13 years of Big Tractor Power on YouTube, you'll see the XAT that I filmed this spring. XAT's a 1,100 horsepower multifunctional unit that can plant and harvest. It's a pretty night out here. Again, if you're just joining in, I've been filming out in a 3,000 acre cornfield in western Kentucky and just wanted to share the night lights of the harvest with you. So when you see those amber lights come on, that means the grain tank's full, 410 bushels. It's going to dump out at 4.5 bushels per second. Hello to mid-Michigan. Please ask questions that go by quickly. If I don't answer, ask again. Yeah, I like watching Welker Farms. They've got a great Case IH lineup, and Nick and Scott do a great job. Enjoy watching it. They were lucky to run a 7160 Axial-Flow, looking for that next generation of Case IH combines in the 60 series. Hello, thank you for watching from Pennsylvania and Ontario, Canada. So right now we're in a corner section. There's some waterways that run through this 3,000 acre field, so they're on shorter rows, which is nice because earlier today it was taking about 30 minutes just one way for these combines. I'm gonna walk over here to the next pass. Maybe I'll try to stand on the end and you can see those 16 row heads pop out. What was my favorite feature of the Centennial Gleaner? Oh, just the harvesting capacity. I'll tell you that Gleaner, of all the combines I filmed, has the cleanest sample and the least loss. The decals are really cool, but when it comes down to it, it's the harvest that it produces, and it's a very nice machine. I got to film that right up into sunset last night, so stay tuned. It was the Centennial Gleaner was running with one of the very last AGCO tractors ever built. Appreciate everyone watching. I'm just gonna walk up here to the headland and get in a spot where you can see those 16-row heads pop out. There you can see the Peterbilt semi trucks lined up. They have, I think, 10 trucks. There's been 5 or 6 at a time in the line out here today. And we'll see one of the quad tracks come back through here. Excuse my footsteps, I know it's a little shaky. Oh, ask any questions you like. I always enjoy getting a chance to do a live stream and visit with all the viewers and talk about farming. Here comes that quad track back. This is the 1050 cart on the 580. When they get up and running, they're running 13 to 15 miles per hour across the field with these big quad tracks, pulling 70,000 bushels of corn. See another Peterbilt coming in. Question about the yield, about 250 bushels in this one. It light up here. Try to stay out of their way. But this, hear me now? Can you hear me? I was getting a phone call and I think that interrupted it. Can you hear me? All right, I'm glad you can hear me again. I've got 3 phone calls all of a sudden and I guess it hurt the sound. All right, I'm glad I'm back and hopefully there won't be any more calls. The yield here is about 250 bushels in this field. So it looks like we've got the 620 quad track coming up here with the 9250, and it'll be neat to see all those 16 rows come out here on the headland. I'll ask any questions as we're waiting here. It was fun filming both combines when it was daylight out and doing a ride along and talking about using the 16-row corn head here. These are Case IH 9250 Axial-Flows. They're about 555 horsepower, 410 bushels, and they'll load 4.5 bushels per second. My favorite, Steiger. That's a tough one. I own a Turbo Tiger 2 and a Turbo Tiger 1. I like those a lot, but my favorite is probably the Panther 2 or a PTA 325 Panther. Tiger 3 is very cool too. I've not heard the delivery date of the 715 quad track. It should be early next year. I think we'll see one here in Western Kentucky that I can film this fall. Favorite John Deere? I'd say the 4440. I own an 8850, so that's probably my second favorite, but 4440 is a cool John Deere. Oh, peanuts are great, Landon. I filmed a Modest before, and I would like to do some more filming of the peanuts being harvested. Keep an eye on here on the quad track. He's sitting back there waiting for the second 9250 to catch him. So we'll get a clear view. I always worry when I'm filming, you know, you want to see the unloading on the go, but I also like to see the combine hit the headland so grain carts block that view. Hello to India. You know that India is the second most place that Big Tractor Power is watched worldwide after the United States. Appreciate people in India watching. All right, here comes our 9250 with a 16-row head. These combines have tracks on them, which the farm really likes. Hello to King Randy. It was nice to meet you at the Half Century show. Hello to Amsterdam, 2:42 in the morning. Hello to Wisconsin. Yeah, fall's definitely coming. It's getting darker early and earlier. $5,000 bushels an hour, Paul. 16-row corn heads. Hello to New Zealand. 12 in the afternoon. I have been to Delaware. I've been out in the Delmar Peninsula. It's a really neat area. I wasn't filming back then. I was just taking pictures. It was about 20 years ago. Here comes the 620 quad. 1100 grain cart. Hey Paul, I like that thumbs up. It is a thumbs up, huh? Pretty good to see all this action. 4.5 bushels per second from this 9250. Go to Missouri. 5,000 bushels an hour. King Randy, I am live from Western Kentucky, near the very small town of Lafayette, Kentucky. I'm out in a 3,000-acre field. Crop dusting is pretty neat. It'd be neat to film a crop dusting plane, helicopter, or drone. So we can see they're working their way across this 3,000-acre field. They get pretty tiny quick. There's a 580 quad track and a 620 quad track out here with Kinsey carts. Looks like he might be hitting the last pass there. Renegade Farmer, you'd heard there's a new Case IH coming. I've heard that too. It'll be pretty neat to see what's coming. We know there's already a 6160 and 7160 coming next year, so I expect we'll see 260 series and some bigger class 10 or maybe even a class 11 combine. But these class 9s do a great job. What field work do I like the most? I think I like wheat harvest the best. It's a great time of year. Nice summer days. Here in Western Kentucky, they're double crop planting soybeans right behind the combine, so there's lots of field action. 756 is a nice tractor. How many combines? That's each combine, King Randy. There's two 9250s out here, so that's 10,000 bushels an hour. 135,000 metric tons an hour. Thank you for putting in the metric. We are a little different in the U.S. with our bushels, and everybody else is on the metric system. Hello to Saskatchewan, Canada. I'd love to get up to the Canadian wheat belt and the plains sometime and see all the equipment there. So they're working their way across a 3,000-acre field here in the night. They're here in a short corner by a waterway, so you can see they're already hitting that other end. Earlier today, it was almost taking 30 minutes for the combines to go one way and then come back, and they were filling about 4 trucks just in one direction. So we've got another quad coming back. Oh, thanks for watching the 715 Quadtrac video. That's a really nice tractor. Very quiet, very smooth. Kind of miss the sound of the old Cummins and Caterpillar Steigers in the field, but boy, that 715 will make the workday a very nice one. We should see a 715 here in Western Kentucky this fall. I really hope to film one out in the field doing some work. Well, 8250 is a very nice combine too. There's a lot here in Western Kentucky. Class 9s are very popular here, mainly because everyone is working fast. Right now they're harvesting this corn, and by October 10th they'll be out here planting wheat over this corn stubble with a 60-foot case-height drill. All right, I'm gonna walk back over to the next pass and we'll probably wrap it up after that. So you can see the Peterbilt trucks up there. Excuse my footsteps. Well, it looks like they may have finished this up. Maybe there's one more pass over here. It's hard to tell with it being so dark. No, that is the tree line. So they're down to their last section over there. I'll walk back to my truck and happy to answer any questions that you might have. Hello to Delta Airlines fan. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I really enjoy getting out to film all this equipment, especially in a big field, and just wanted to share it with you, what I was seeing live. I would enjoy coming to New Zealand and seeing the farming. We have a friend from New Zealand that actually came and worked on a farm here in Kentucky about 20 years ago. Yeah, look forward to seeing the chopping season for Wisconsin. My friend John films for me in Wisconsin. Here we can see one of the Peterbilts heading out. So right now, this is a 3,000 acre field that I'm in, and I'm in the middle of it. This is the halfway point. There's some waterways in the field, and there's a grass lane here that they're using to get the trucks in and out. Sorry that it's completely dark. As soon as one of these trucks is full, it heads right back to the farm. They have a 30,000 bushel wet bin, and they're gonna fill it up tonight so it can dry down overnight. So you can see they're making the last passes over there. Well, I'll take a few more questions if you have them before I wrap up. They're getting pretty far over there now. Which chopper do I think is best? Kloss, Krone, John Deere, New Holland. I think they're all really good. Kloss really dominates the market, but Krone's got a great all-crop head. New Holland does a great job. John Deere, I think they're all good. I mean, my favorite chopper growing up was the New Holland 2100. It was called a Whopper chopper. First 6-row head back in 1979. That was impressive. Very slow machine today. I've had a friend, Bill, that filmed one for me, and I was shocked how slow it is compared to the new ones. How many miles do I drive a year? A lot. Just in the past month, I put 5,000 miles on in the weekends. I went up to Ohio, went up to Western New York, went over to Illinois. Each of those trips was over 1,000 miles round trip to get some cool stuff on Saturdays and Sundays. Now the Field Queen. I've got a video from Wisconsin of a Heston Field Queen at work. Great chopper. I've just got to put it together. My friend John filmed that one. So I have friends that help me out. My friend Josh from Tractor Chasers helps me film in Western New York, where I grew up. My friend John films in Wisconsin for me. My friend Bill films in Central Illinois. And I have a friend Greg that helps out in Oklahoma. And just appreciate all of their help. Here comes one of those quad tracks. And when they're empty, they're running about 13 to 15 miles per hour across the field. That's why they like using the big quad tracks. Got a 580 and a 620 out here. I will be at the National Farm Machinery Show in February. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to see some new products from a lot of the companies. Yeah, he's definitely moving through here. King Randy, I rode with him earlier. He was between 13 and 15 miles per hour. Oh, Renegade, I love the history of farm equipment. It's exciting seeing all these new machines, but I really like finding the classics to share. I'd love to see a pair of International 915s out here harvesting corn from the 70s. What is my backstory? So I have liked farm equipment since I could walk. My parents were teachers. I did not grow up on a farm. But I learned my colors by looking at the different farms where I grew up in Western New York. Back then, there was Alice, Ford, Case, John Deere, Oliver, Massey Ferguson, International Harvester. It was great. So there was all these brands, and I learned my colors looking at those tractors, and have liked them ever since. I used to sit out in my front yard and watch the machinery just like this. When I was a kid, I'll never forget, my neighbor had a John Deere 95 EB combine with a 3-row corn head. He was harvesting. They had their 1066, which is a 76 model of the black stripe, chopping earlage with a New Holland 780 chopper and a Lamco wagon. And then another neighbor was helping them with a Case 1060 combine with a 3-row corn head. And they had their Case 2470 with a 7-bottom Case 700 plow, all in the same field. And I really just, that's ingrained in my memory, and I wish I could have filmed that in 4K back then. So that's what got me interested in it. When I was in 3rd grade, I got a camera for my birthday, and I started taking pictures in the summer of 1986 and going into 1987, and I was taking pictures ever since. In 2000, I started putting up pictures online. My original website was called toytractorshow.com, showing how real tractors related to the toys. And then bigtractorpower.com started in 2001, writing stories and sharing pictures. Hey, King Randy, that's really cool about your history. I'm glad that they're similar. But so that's a brief background on why I like this. I'm just a fan of farm machinery and farming, and I like to highlight it. So we can see they're knocking out that last corner there pretty quick. Oh, the Atlantic Dairyman. Yes, when I was a kid, I would always grab every tractor brochure I could at my local John Deere dealer at Halpin's in Henrietta, New York, or Monroe Tractor in Batavia, New York, and Rochester Tractor, which was the international dealer. Monroe was Case. Tri-County Ford. I'd grab every brochure and I'd look at that, and I'd ask my dad, where is that? And he'd say, that's out west somewhere. So it's been neat to actually go out west and see all this equipment. Lotus Scott's fall small farming and things. YouTube's such a great way to see so many good farming videos. And what is my favorite tractor and favorite combine? Gotta say my favorite tractor is the International 4786. Favorite combine is the Case 1060. That was the first farm machine I ever rode in. It got me really interested. My dad took me for a ride. We had a neighbor that sold us eggs that had a Case 1060 combine, and I'd go ride in it when he was cutting wheat and oats, and it was just really neat. Oh, hello to everybody. Hi, Pops. You were at a Deutz. I tell you, I like Deutz. I like the oddball tractors. I like Deutz. I like Heston tractors. They're tractors I really want to find. If I won the Powerball, I think I would buy a bunch of classic Steigers and Deutz far tractors just to be different and show off that lime green. I would love to farm, but it's very expensive. So there we can see they're emptying out, and we got a big section of corn done. They're doing about 15 acres an hour per combine, so 30 acres an hour, and they're putting 10-hour days in with these machines. What's my opinion of fox choppers? I think they're nice. Unfortunately, I've never really been around many. My neighbor down the road as a kid had a 1-row fox chopper that he pulled with a 786. It seemed to do a good job. I do have video footage from my friend John in Wisconsin of a self-propelled fox I need to share. So it looks like they're coming back our way here. You might see a semi-truck or a pickup come by here. We're moving on to the next section. There's another thing I always worry when I'm filming is a semi-truck in the block of view. So there's another 9250. You know, I don't know how many acres this farm covers. I can tell you that it's a good bit. Nick, I'm glad you like it. When I get time, I will. Sometimes I do the live streams from the machinery, but this was kind of neat to do it from the ground. This is the first time I've done a live stream in the field. Jared, the Gleaner N6, boy, I would love to film an N5, 6, and 7. They're cool machines. N6 was the first 12-row combine. It's just a challenge to find them. Unfortunately, I've seen several N-series Gleaners parked simply because the rotor wore out and it wasn't worth replacing. There goes our 620 quad track, and they're all headed to the other side of the field. Well, any last questions here? It's going to get dark once the lights leave here. John Deere 6030 is very cool. My friend Tom from The Way We Farm on YouTube let me drive his with a 5-bottom John Deere 2500 plow back in August, and it was just cool to drive a 6030. I have literature on the TX New Holland combines. I have not had a chance to film one. I've got a long wish list of different farm equipment, classic and new, that I want to track down. Well, I would say that's going to be it for our light here. I want to say thank you for watching, and when I get time, I'll do another one of these live from the field, either from the cab of a combine or down here on the ground, so you can see it going back and forth. So I hope everyone has a good harvest season, and always enjoy getting to visit with you. So thank you for watching, and hope you have a good night.